Okay. Let's see.
Is it already streamed?
I think we are live now. Let's see. I think yeah, we should be able to go live now. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay. So I just
yeah, we are live now. So hi everyone. So welcome to our Python Penang meetup, December 2020. This is our last meetup for the year. Let's start with the presentation from the web app with Python. Pass to you.
Okay. Hi everyone. I am Maisarah, and for the one who don't know me, previously in the previous meetup, I have introduced to myself as I am a current student in University Science Malaysia, and today I will share to you on the features of Django Web Framework. Okay, let's get started. So actually, this is the second part. If you miss out the previous session, you might see the previous meetup video, so you can follow up today. But I think still you can follow up this session because it's not much related at all. So let's see on the Django. So Django built-in features consists of first is the admin panel, second is the user roles, and third is model. Okay, actually the models is part of the MVT architecture, which is model, view, and template. In the previous session, we have seen how views interact with the templates. So today we're gonna see how we're gonna build the model. And then there's another features called ORM, or it is stand for Object Relational Mapping. And the last one is the Django command line shell. Okay, so let's see. First, before we see the first features, let's us go to our code and run some configuration like this. So this is our code last year, like the previous one. So I just continue from the previous code. So let's start with calling deactivate the virtual environment. So as you can see, when we activate the virtual environment, there will be the virtual name, virtual environment name here. So back to the root folder, project name. And then let's see what we have done previously. Python manage.py run server. This is just okay. So we need to go to the site, the website folders called my site, and then call again the management command line. So we can see in localhost 8000/home. So this is what we have done before this. It's very simple, just an introduction to the templates. So now what we want to do is we want to configure the administration panels. So let's get back to the slide. And yeah, we need first one, we need to run migration command line. Just Python manage.py migrate. So if you see this one, sorry, as you can see before this we use run server. Just replace with migrate. So we can see what happened. As you can see here, there is a new file called db.sql lite3. So this is actually the default database file. So if we go to the settings.py, we can see there is a database variable here. So what it does is we configure the database engine. So if you want to see if you want to go further, you can go to the documentation and we can see how to use other database. Like if you use MySQL or Postgres, you can just refer to the documentation. Okay. But now we just use SQLite. So that's why we have the file here. It's generated here. And yeah, it pretty much looks good. And then let's run again the server. So before that, I would like to show you the URLs. So as you can see here, we have the admin URLs. This is the provided by Django. If you have a new project, and then this is where the URLs come from. So it's basically provided by default. So let's go to our admin. So this is the admin panel, but as you can see here, we don't have any user yet, right? So now we go to the second part where we create a super user. So to create a super user, we terminate first. Okay. Uh, Replace run server with create super user. So as you can see here, what it does, it will prompt you to use to fill in the username. So I will just use it as admin at admin.com, and the password you can put any password. So I use my password here. So if is it not is too short or not 8 characters, you can just bypass. So now let's run again. Run server. And then let's go to the administration page again. So admin. So yeah, basically we don't as a what we call as a web developer, we are not the one who create the administration page like this. This is provided by the framework itself. So by default, there are two groups. What we call, I think this is models. So we have users here, and then this is the list of users, and then we have the groups. So now we see the next features, which is the users and permission. So in Django admin, as a super user, you can create another users, and every users will have their own permission. As there are two type of permission, which is the first one is custom permission, and this second one is the group based permission. Okay, let's see how we can do it. So to add another users, you just go to users here and just add users. So I will explain one by one. So let's say I put my name here. So as you can see, we have three options to save the users. First, you can save and add another, or you can save and continue editing, or you just save straightforward. But for this one, I will just use the second option because I want to show to you how we can configure the users other details. So this is not mandatory. What is mandatory is this part, the permission and the group. Since we don't have any group yet, let's go to the user's permission. So in Django, there are several built-in models, and every model will come with their own what we call permission. So let's say for the users, authentication users, so a user can add users, change users, delete users, or view users. As you can see, this is the permission is based on the CRUD concept, which is create, read, update, and delete. So for this part, for the permission, to if we want to enable the users to be able to log into the admin panel, we must click staff status. And then for super users, no need because super users we already created earlier. And active, this is good for a use case where we have a customized system for a company. If the user, if the staff already resigned, we can just deactivate the user, so he or she cannot log into the admin panel. But for to be able to log into the admin panel, we must click the staff status. Okay. So that's all. So we can save. But now, as you can see here, this user don't have any permission, right? So I forgot another thing. So every users can have custom permission. So what I want to do is this user, I want to make it he or she can only view the list of users. So we select auth user, view users. So you can see there is difference between the interface. Like the super user here, our current users is admin, It is super users. What he can do, he can do everything like view and then delete selected users and anything, and edit the users and anything. But let's say we log out and then we log in as another users that we have assigned before, which only have one permission to view other users. Okay, A B C D one. So when we log in, this is the difference between the admin and then the another users. So these users, what he can do is only can view the users and the information of that particular users. So this is what I love about Django, because it make your job pretty easier. Okay, so let's log in again as admin. So this is the difference, if you can notice. So I would love to challenge you all to explore more on the groups. Okay, for the groups, actually we can create another group. It is a group of users. So basically, if you have users A, users B, users C, all these users have the same permission. So we don't need to configure one by one. This user can only view the users or whatnot. We can just create a group of that contains several permission. So let's say user manager. So what they can do is they can add users, they can change users, delete users, and view users. So when we save, now we go back to the home and go back to users. We can edit the existing users rather than we put this particular permission. We assign her as a group, user manager. So when we save, so let's see what he can do. Now, what you can do is different, right? So what you can do, you can edit, delete, and whatnot. So yeah, that's all about the second features of this framework. So what we're gonna build today? Okay, since we already have the templates ready, so what we're gonna do is we want to create a seminar website. So the features of this seminar, the users, the viewers who come to the website can view the current event and events tentative and the list of speakers for every session. So, I think most of the student from computer science would what we call would familiar with this type of diagram. It's called entity relationship diagram. So, a model, I would like to say it's referred to a table. So let's say we have a model called event. It is actually an event table, but in Django, the name is slightly different, but it's not important. Okay, now as we can see, we have three tables: events, slots, and speakers. So for each table, we will create a model. So how to create a model? Okay, in Django, we can create several features. So now I will terminate the servers. Okay, so let's run this command. You can replace the features with your own name. So now, okay, the features that I want to create is event management. So you can see there is a new folder generated inside the my site folder. So in this folder, that what Django provided for us is admin, apps, models, tests, and views. So what we're gonna see is the model part first. By referring to the ERD, so we can create a model. But before that, don't forget to install the new features in your install app, okay? Okay, so first thing first, we go to the settings.py. So search for the install app here, and then below this, put the new folder name called event management. So don't forget the comma. And then in this, so we need to configure the model. So event management, go to models.py. And as you can see in this diagram, let me present first. So for the event table, we have PK ID, date and time, venue, and title. So okay, for the models, we don't need to declare ID because ID by default will be provided by Django. So okay, I will copy paste this code first, then I will explain. So in this models.py, what is provided is only the model import here. So okay, for the model, I will put the name as event. So inside that, you need to override, inherit the models.model. And then this is the attribute of that table. So title, we use char field because we want to input strings, and then date and time, we'll put date time field. And the venues, we use text field. Okay, what's the difference between child field and text field? We will see later. So now we already have the first model. So what we're gonna do here, if previously we just run the migrate. So this is a slightly difference. We use make migrations. So what it do is it will detect a new model called event. So this is stated here. Then only we can use migrate. So it's applying the management tables. Okay, now after let's go to the slide. We need to register the models in admin. So how to do it? We already run the migrations. So go to the admin.py. As we can see here, we have admin.py here. So this is where you register your models. Okay, before that, we need to import the models. How? We just call dot models import event. So if we click here, by the way, I'm using Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So when we click here, it go to the models.py. So it redirect to the models in that particular file. Okay. So now after that, we need to register the models. Okay. So let's copy and paste. So the admin is from this site, and then what it does is register new models. So let's see the magic here. I will go to run server again. So let's log in again. Admin. As you can see here, there is a new what we call a new apps here called event management, and then inside event management we have events. So let's go into this event. So we don't have any event yet. Let's add the event. So it's very convenient for setting up a management website. So first event, and then today, now, venue, Penang. So as you can see here, there is difference between the title and venue, right? Because in this in the model itself, we declare as a child field and text fields. So what the difference is the type of input here. So that's mean we don't need to use any HTML or whatnot. We just declare inside the models here. So is it clear, right? And yeah, so for all these what we call all the inputs are mandatory, so we can save and then we can add another one. But for now, we just use one. Okay, settle for the third features. Okay, we already add data and admin. So now, let's go to the another features of Django is Django command line shell. So how to use Django command line shell? We just copy and paste here. I will terminate the server and then paste. As you can see here, this is a Python shell. So how to use this shell? Like we can test first. Okay, so as we can see here, how to import anything from the files. Okay, basically, this base directory is based on the my site. So I would like to try from event management dot models, refer to the models.py, import event. If there is no error, then yeah, it's valid. So now we already go through the command line. So let's go to another jargons we call ORM. Okay, so let me present first. So what is ORM? ORM is one of the most powerful features of Django. It is an object relational mapper which enables you to interact with your database like you would with SQL. In fact, Django ORM is just a Pythonical way to create SQL to query and manipulate your database and get results in a Pythonic fashion. So, okay, what is the difference between SQL and ORM? First, the syntax, okay? For SQL syntax, we normally use select all from event, sorry, select all from the table name. But in Django ORM, what we call is not the table, but we call the model name, and then dot objects, and then dot all. So this is similar to select all from the event table. And another one is you want to filter the results. We use where, but in Django ORM we use filter. So just put the attribute name like pk and put the value. So this is what you call more Pythonic way. Okay, the reason why we are using ORM is because let's say we want to use SQLite, but another day you want to use MySQL or Postgres. So as we can see that different SQL have different syntax, right? So in order to save your time, instead of using the raw SQL syntax, we just use Django ORM. So Django ORM will go to the background and then it will detect the database engine like in the settings.py. As we can see before this, the database here engine. So if it is SQLite, so it will translate to the SQLite SQL. Is if you are using MySQL, then it will translate the ORM from the code to MySQL syntax. So that is a very convenient way to use ORM. So we already have the data, right? So let's explore the data. Before we go to the dummy data, I want to show you how we can use the ORM in the command line. So we have already import the event models. So let's see event.objects.all. What it will return? It will return a query set. So let's say you want the first object. So rather than using all, we use first. So we have okay. The first difference is we see it return a query set object. And the second syntax, it return you an event object or the model object. So how to how we call how to retrieve the values inside that class. We can assign a variables. I call it as event equal to event dot objects dot first. Okay. So we can, if you want the event title, just event dot title. Then it will display the event. Event dot date. If I'm not mistaken, date and time. So you can refer to the code inside. So it will return a date time object. And then the venue, event dot venue. Okay, now what if we have multiple objects, like we retrieve from object.alls, right? So okay, let's declare a new variable called events. So we will retrieve event.objects.all. So events will look like this. How about we loop into the event for e in events and print e. Okay, there is some print e. It will show, sorry, it will show the first event here. Okay, now for every event, we want to print event.title. So it works the same. Event.venue. So okay, let's add another event. Okay, I think I forgot one thing. We need to exit first and start the server again. Python manage.py run server. Okay, let's refresh and then add another event, second event. So we have two events. So let's go back to the Django shell. Okay, what we have done before this, from event management dot models import event. So events equal to event dot objects dot all, and then we loop in the events for e in events. We print the event title, and then not only the event title, we print events.venue. Oh, okay, my mistake, because we use e, right? So it should be e, and then print e.venue. So as you can see here, it will print the title first and then the venue. This is for the first object, and then the second object is the second title and venue. So now, why we are using command line? It is easy because we want to see how we can use ORM in our template. Okay, so now let's go back to the slide. Before we use how we use the ORM in our template. Let's get started with dummy data first. So as you can see in the views.py, in the previous code, okay, let me see first. My site, and then we have views.py here. So we have two views. First is the one who render the home page, and then the about page. So for home page, we have written the render function, and then the render function, we can also pass the data here. This is the data. So let's copy and paste from the slide. Oh, sorry. Context data. So the context data we pass after the template name here, context data. So the event first we put event title. Okay. So how to render this variable inside our home.html. So let's go to home.html. So this is the home page. Okay, we put paragraph first, event, and then how to call the variable here, as we declare as a title, and then we just go use this curly bracket and then show title here. So let's run the server. So when we go to view the site, okay, because there's no here, okay, home. So as you can see here, we have the event title here. Where it come from the view. The variable event title come from the view. So now how to change this value? Let's say we want to display only the latest event. So just call models, event management.models, import event. So inside this render function, we declare a latest event as the event dot objects dot last. Okay. Latest also can, but latest is different story because it depend on the date and time variables attribute inside that class. But now we have the latest event. So we just go here, latest event dot title. So when we refresh, this is event title, right? When we refresh, it go to second event. So that is how from the command line we transfer to the real code. That is how convenient Django is, right? So now other than title, we can declare venue. So latest event dot venue. So okay, p venue venue. Okay. So for the venue, okay. So let's see the difference. Mainland. Okay. Let's say we want to display all the events. So let's just uh, edit here. All events. All events. Events dot objects dot all. So rather than we declare as a single variable like this, I want to declare it only as an events. So events equal to all events. Oh, so we remove the latest event. So now, how to loop variables inside a template? Okay, for list of events, now we use unordered list, and then inside that we have list, right? So for now, we just put event 1, copy paste event 2. So let's see the difference. Oh, okay, because should be this symbol. Okay. Okay, we have event 1 and event 2. Now, inside this, we want to loop over the list. So now, what we can do, we can use for. Okay, in Django template, to loop over an array, we can use for like this, event in events, because we declare as event here, events. So here we display the list, title, event dot title. So let's see, you have two event here, right? Title and second title. And then if you want to show another things like venue, just call event dot venue. So you call like this. Of course, this is not very beautiful to human eye. So we can just use bootstrap like maybe jumbotron. So let's see what is jumbotron. Yeah, it's like this. You can decorate the code by your own. This is just an example. So I think that is pretty much about the how we can render the data inside the templates. Let's see the slide. If we have left another things, so dummy data is done. Title done. First event done. I think we have covered everything in just half an hour. So for another challenge for you to continue this code, as you can see, we have in the ARD we have three models, right, or three tables. So you need to figure out how to link between the events and the slot and the speakers. So the best part about this is about Django is we have Django documentation. So feel free to spend your time on the Django documentation. Django documentation. So here you can search for anything like this. If you want to search for foreign key or foreign key, yes, foreign key. Foreign. Oh, I think there's some error in the site, but it's okay. You can ask from Google. Django foreign key field, like many to one relationship. So this is example from the documentation on how to link between two models. So basically, they have the first models and the second models on how they can what we call to relate to another model. They use models.foreign key. So I think that's all about what I want to share now. I think it's not really what we call really deep dive in what in web development, but you see, self learning requires many hours and many try and error. So it's good for you to explore by your own. So that's all from me. I hope that my guide is enough for you to get started. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maisarah. So I think um, the slides and the contents are very good. And um, I have one question actually from for the model side. So when you define the model, right,
Mhm.
you're able to go to the admin panel and add the records. So is there generated view files on the admin side where you can go in and modify the view when
Oh,
you add the records?
so sorry, I just close the test editor. Okay. If we remember previously in the when we create a features, they will generate a folder, and then inside the folder they provide the models.py file. So this is where we declare the models, and then there's a admin.py. So basically, if we just register here, it will automatically generate the CRUD features inside the admin panel for the super users only. So for the super users, they can view all the models. So let me start again. Scripts. Okay. Python manage.py run server. Okay, so for admin, so when we register a new model, it appear here. If the current users is the super user. So let's say when I log out and then I log in again as a new users, that we only give the permission for it to just edit the users. He cannot see the event management. Why? Because we didn't assign the permission to them.
Okay. Is there any way to customize the view? Like right now, it's basically looks like
Yeah, it
square.
look like to
Customize.
to scheme yeah, not really beautiful, right? Yes, there is a way to customize like this text, this color background and anything. I think that one you need to refer to the documentation. I have my own customized website. If I have already, yeah, this one. It takes some times because we are using Heroku.
Yeah, you spin up the dynamo and wait to.
Yes.
Mhm. So normally that will be in the view.py, right? If customized stuff.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, in view.py.
Okay.
So let's see. This is actually the Django admin, but I'm using external library, like a package, so that it
Mhm.
replace the built-in features like this. If you can see that it is like this, right? But
Mhm.
this one, I have customized it using the package. So basically, Django features have there are many features that are built by the community, like this one. So actually, we don't need to customize by our own, like one by one. We just can use external library. For this one, I think I use what we call material design admin. The design Django admin. So this one, if I'm not mistaken. Um, this one. So this is the link to the GitHub. And then because this is a customized packages, you can go through on how to install this package. Yeah.
Okay. So it's more on you install a library or plugin so that it serves a
Yes, like
different.
that.
Okay. Okay.
But
Um,
if I'm not mistaken, let's see a bit on the app. If you want to change the template, okay. Oh yeah. In the templates, we have /admin. So like let's say in the templates, right? So we want to change like any admin features, admin interface. We can just create another folder. Let's see this one, templates, and then folders called admin. And then inside that, you can refer to the documentation. There is a specific template name regarding to the part of the admin panel. So the HTML
okay.
lies inside this admin.
So when the server runs, it will run through the admin folder first to check whether you have HTML defined so that it overrides the default, right? Or it's
Yes, yeah, it will override the default template.
okay. Interesting. Cool stuff. I think let's see any other questions on Facebook, YouTube. Not at the moment. I think we can spend like 5 minutes to wrap up like um, the year 2020, right? So, so for this year, the year 2020, I think for Python meetup, we have a few events previously. Uh, we have, I think it's 3D. Is it this year? No, not this year, last year. This year, because of the COVID, we don't not manage to do a lot of events for this year. But I think last year we have uh, s- Lemon Sky, a 3D modeling company, giving a talk how to use Python to generate 3D models in ACAD. So
Wow.
so that's a good one. Can go to the Penang Python Penang group and scroll, and you're able to see the events there. Um, so they talk about like how to generate files and 3D models, doing cinematic effects, FX. So and they have office in Penang actually. So I think in the future we will do more of things around Python. Uh, for this year, it's good that we have a web development topic this year for November and December, so that people have uh, some able to explore some tools, some frameworks for Python community in Penang, and hopefully be able to get something out of this. So, Maisarah, how's your experience in like 2020 so far?
I would say that it's uncertain years because yeah, everything that we plan in 2020 have to be cancelled due to COVID, and then I'm transition from a workers to back to be a student again late in last October. So I think it's pretty much interesting, and I will tell my children later on that how we face the COVID, CMCO and whatnot.
Yeah. Correct. I think it's also give us a new way to reach out to communities, tech communities, and also some good initiative from the government also, like the My Hackathon. It's I think it's closed last week for Penang and KK, and also KL from Yano. There's a lot of effort in bringing more people into the tech scene and contribute to the ecosystem in Malaysia.
Mm.
And there's also a lot of I think interest around machine learning, data analytics, getting more and more attention. And we have in Penang, we have a lot of good talents, and also good companies are hiring for talents around machine learning and data science. So I think Python is one of the popular language for doing data science and machine learning. And next year there will be a syllabus in high school where high school students will be learning Python. So uh, I think things are getting more and more tech savvy. So if anyone wants to learn about Python, do join the group. I think if you are in this live stream, you should know like where to get to our Python Penang group. So you can go to Facebook and search for Python Penang. Then you're able to find us. So if you are interested in helping out next year, 2021, uh, do join the group and put comments there so that we will keep in touch and get in touch with you so that we'll organize more events in 2021. Um, so, anyone the live stream? Not yet. Okay. So I think we have less than 1 minute. So Maisarah, so what's your wish for the new year? Basically, because it's next time we meet.
Uh, I wish that our country will be more advanced in to reach student using internet, because there is what we call digital poverty issues around Malaysia. Like even in the KL, we have students that cannot afford to go to online classes and whatnot. So I think when we cater the basic needs of internet, then we can save a lot of we can solve a lot of problems in education. So my hope for 2021 is that our education will be on par with other countries in term of digital literacies, and digital poverty will be lesser than 2020. That's all.
Good, good. Yeah, it's actually a good. I think it's a good ambition to be um, to improve connectivity for all the residents in Malaysia. Um, yeah, cool stuff. So I think next year, hopefully, we'll get more members in and more events coming up for Python Penang. Thank you, Maisarah. So see
Thank
you in the next meetup. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
you.